Well, welcome back to the National Soccer Network. The site is the Saginaw Township Soccer Complex west of Saginaw, Michigan. Dan Stickrad, glad you're along for the ride. This is the third game on field number 3. Fifth game overall in the 2025 Michigan State Youth Soccer Association State Cup Finals. SALINE SC 09 Boys Black taking on Detroit City 09 Boys Rouge. In this clash in the U16 Boys Premier Division. It is 1:30 p.m. here at the Saginaw Township Soccer Complex, just moments away from kickoff here on the National Soccer Network. It has been a great day thus far. All 4 games today went into double overtime. The 4th game is still going on. That's the U17 Premier Division featuring MFA Revolution out of Grand Rapids and Liverpool IA out of Oakland County. Both teams are lining up here for the pregame. It has been some marathon matches, some clash of the Titans. Here today, the temperature now up to 58 degrees on your lower left-hand side of the screen. 8:30 this morning when the first 2 games kicked off, it was 48 degrees, so temps have gone up 10 degrees. Let's take a look at both of these teams. We're just minutes away from opening kickoff. SALINE SC 09 Boys Black, 4-0-1 in the State Cup tournament, 10-3 scoring edge. They defeated the Michigan Jaguars Lansing 3-0 in the quarterfinal round. They also defeated Detroit City SC Genesee 1-0 in the semifinals to reach the State Cup final. The Michigan State Premier Soccer Program Premier 1 Division. They are currently 3-1-2 and in third place in that league with 11-7 scoring edge. They did not reach the bracket play of the State Cup last year. Detroit City SC Rouge, 5-0-0 in the State Cup tournament, 19-9 scoring edge. They edged Nationals Macomb 4-3 in the quarterfinals. Just seconds away here from opening kickoff. In the regular season, the Great Lakes Premier Soccer Association Premier 2 Division, DCFC Rouge, 8-0-1 on the campaign with a 31-6 scoring edge. They finished 1-2 in group stage of the State Cup tournament last season. They did not advance to bracket play, but here in 2025, we are underway. U16 Boys Premier Division, Saginaw Township Soccer Complex. All these games are being broadcasted and produced by the National Soccer Network. You can check out this game on our YouTube, our Roku TV channels. Also, you can check out the MSYSA's YouTube channel. Just first minute, game just got underway 38 seconds ago. So it's like DCFC will wear the dark maroon, burgundy, and gold jerseys. SALINE will wear the white and black kits. SALINE going left to right in the screen. DCFC going right to left. SALINE opens up, putting a little bit of pressure on that back line of DCFC. Both these clubs already had teams compete on this field in different games, both coming away with a runner-up finish. So SALINE FC and Detroit City FC will have a youth club crown today on field number 3 here at the Saginaw Township Soccer Complex. Once again, Dan Stickrad, the National Director of News for the National Soccer Network. Glad to be part of all of these broadcasts here today and tomorrow. Don't forget to like and share our YouTube channel as well as the MSYSA's YouTube channel. You can visit us all over social media platforms here on the National Soccer Network. Check out some news stories on nationalsoccernetwork.com as well. Just 2:20 into this game. No shots thus far. DCFC is coached by Francesco Solano, and SALINE FC is coached by Lee Rumbold and Austin Valentine. So in the fourth game going on, the U17 Premier Division, you have Liverpool International Academy Michigan taking on MFA Revolution, and that game is currently in a shootout. So all four games thus far today have gone at least double overtime. That is the first shootout match of this two-game extravaganza up here at the Saginaw Township Soccer Complex. SALINE FC whistled for a player in an offside position. So the first time either team's been whistled for that infraction. 3.5 minutes in here on the National Soccer Network. No shots or corners thus far. So both teams are starting to get a feel which each team presents out on the pitch. We had a thrilling match here. Completed just about half an hour ago here on field number 3. Farmington Fury FC in the U14 Premier Division came away with a 3-1 double overtime victory over DCFC Rouge. Again, that was the U14 Premier Division. Fury went up 1-0 at the break. Conceded a second half goal and scored twice in the second overtime session to prevail in that game. Both teams trading off attacks here. So far in this game, 4.5 minutes in. Also on this field early this morning, the 8:30 kickoff. Nationals Macomb came back for a 2-1 double overtime victory over SALINE FC. SALINE took a 1-0 edge in the 17th minute. Nationals came back, tied it in the 58th, and then 111th minute scored the go-ahead game-winning goal in that game. Both teams all bouncing around that box. There's a shot on target for SALINE. 5 minutes in. Ball kind of crossed into the doorstep.
That one put on, still saved by Darling. Oh my! Liverpool.
And that looked like number 10, Mason Kangas, there at the doorstep to provide his side with a 1-0 lead. 5:04 into this game. First shot of the game for either team results in a go-ahead goal for SALINE, up 1-0. Talk about coming out of the gates and taking advantage of the situation in front of you.
Able to get it past Sale and put it in the bottom right. 3-2 MFA.
That ball rolls out of harm's way. Goal kick coming up for SALINE FC here in the U16 Boys Premier Division. Most of these players are current high school sophomores, finishing their sophomore years. A couple ninth graders sprinkled in there as well. 14 games in the Michigan State Youth Soccer Association will decide the 2025 state champions. 8 games today, 4 games tomorrow. So the third round of games today, there will be a pair of 4:30 kickoffs in fields number 3 and 6 here at the Saginaw Township Soccer Complex.
comes out now.
DCFC wearing their maroon and gold kits, trying to find a way back into this game.
Made that last one.
SALINE FC showcased its scoring punch
That was in over the line.
with an early goal in the 6th minute. Just 5:05 into this game.
Not able to put it even on target. You can see he is obviously visibly.
Pair of players getting tangled up there on that far side.
The Kobe Bryant right on the jersey. Now is
So SALINE FC watched their U18, U19 boys team lose in the Premier Division Finals here this morning.
absolute
And now the U16 boys Premier State Cup has SALINE FC up 1-0 over their rivals Detroit City 09 Boys Rouge.
tied 3-3 in PKs. Early.
Several different clubs across the state of Michigan will have 2 or 3 teams competing at different age divisions in these state cup finals. These are high school and middle school boys plus middle school girls, aged players competing for the state cup crowns here today in Saginaw, Michigan. This is about 10 miles straight west of downtown Saginaw.
Nonetheless,
But temps are now up to 59 degrees here in central Michigan. DCFC will take a free kick
let's see it for Grand Rapids.
deep in their own, actually about 20 yards in from midfield.
The save. And they're going to go celebrate in the corner. Liverpool FC has won 4-3 in PKs. Oh my goodness, it came down to the last shot in penalty shootouts, and you can see the fans, the parents, the family, the friends all celebrating on the side. And your 2025 MSYSA State Cup champions of the U17 Elite Division is Liverpool FC.
So the 4th game just completed in a shootout. U17 Premier Division. Congrats to Liverpool IA Michigan.
It came down to
2-1 victors in a shootout over MFA Revolution out of Grand Rapids. So all 4 games that took place earlier today have now come to
players. It was a great
completion. All 4 games went into double overtime. 1 game just finished here about 1 minute ago, reached a shootout round.
trophy. But for now,
We have a similar type game here in game number 5 between SALINE FC 09 Boys Black, Detroit City 09 Boys Rouge.
2 games to go.
SALINE up 1-0 here. We're now in the 11th minute. Just 1 shot in this game provided SALINE FC with a 1-0 advantage. There's a foul out near midfield, so free kick coming up for SALINE FC here in the 11th minute. Once again, you can follow the National Soccer Network on a multitude of social media platforms: Facebook, Twitter, X, Instagram, LinkedIn, and TikTok. Also visit our national website at nationalsoccernetwork.com for a wide variety of news at all levels of the soccer pyramid across the entire country. There is a page created for each individual of the 50 states, so if you need to check out what's going on at different levels of soccer in Michigan, you can do so by logging on to nationalsoccernetwork.com and heading up to the local page. Busy day here. Like to call it in the media world, Super Saturday here in the state of Michigan. You look at all the youth club and all the high school sports activity going on, the amateur and pre-professional. Games as well, not just here in soccer, but in a multitude of sports across the state of Michigan. It's a great day, as it is in most states across the country. It's one of the busiest days in the entire calendar year if you work in the sports media world. But here in Saginaw, Michigan, 13th minute, here in the National Soccer Network. Saline FC up 1-0 over Detroit City FC Rouge. Saline works the ball out towards midfield. 1-0 shot advantage, 1-0 up in that scoreboard where it matters most. Detroit City trying to get something going. Forced a handful of turnovers thus far, unable to get a single shot or corner kick in the early going of this game. Throw in for Saline near midfield. Intercepted by DCS. He sent long in towards the middle of the park. And that shot is into the back of the net here. 13-20 in. Let's look at the replay. Crossed into the middle. It looks like number 10, Isaias Alcaraz, with the game-tying tally here in the 14th minute. Perfectly slotted ball into the middle of the box. And number 10, Isaias Alcaraz, nets the equalizing goal. So 1-1 between Saline FC, DCFC Rouge here in the first half on the National Soccer Network. Both teams just one shot in this game, which has resulted in a goal for each side. You talk about taking advantage of your early opportunities. Both teams have done so 100% of the time thus far, as we're now in the 15th minute. Saline FC starting to put a little bit more pressure on that back line, trying to go up a goal. Once again, they scored back in the 6th minute. Only to see Detroit City Rouge tie the game here in the 14th. Saline works it on that near side, trying to find a way to get the ball crossed into the middle. Ball goes out of play. So throw in deep in DCSC territory coming up for Saline FC. This early 15 minutes is any indication, we could have a wild one here on field number 3 in Saginaw, Michigan. Again, for anyone to join us late, both teams just one shot attempt and one shot on frame has resulted in a goal for each side. Saline trying to get the ball over towards the goal mouth area. Ball goes out of bounds, so goal kick coming up for DCSC. Dan Stickrett on the solo call here for game number 5 here in the National Soccer Network. The Michigan State Youth Soccer Association U16 Boys Premier Division State Cup Final 2025. Ball sent in the back in the play out towards over midfield. Both goalkeepers showcasing a little bit of muscle with their long free kicks and goal kicks. Saline gets it deep in the DCSC territory, getting that throw-in opportunity. Short throw. Sent back in the middle of the park. Ball attempted to be slotted into the goal crease. Back out. Out of play. This should be the game's first corner kick coming up for Saline FC. 17th minute. Liam Tracy getting ready to take the corner kick for Saline. So try to slot this ball into the mixing bowl. Sent in high towards that far post, headed towards the framework, deflected off a defender. DCSC able to clear it out of the box. That second shot attempt by Saline headed away near the doorstep. We're now in the 18th minute here in the National Soccer Network. Game number 5, the 1:30 starts. Over on field, number 6. There is a girls soccer U13 division game getting set to kick off here in about 5 minutes. Noah Drury on the call with that matchup. National Genesee. So 19th minute here on field number 3. There's a shot towards target. Right at the goalkeeper there to make the save. Looks like Thomas Guazdala in net for Saline. So 2-2 in overall shots. 2-1 shots on frame in favor of DCFC Rouge. Both teams once again scoring their very first shot of these games. 6th-minute goal for Saline, 14th-minute goal for DCFC. So we stand on the scoreboard where it matters most. DCFC on the move once again, kind of playing the ball on that far right side. Ball goes out of play. This should be a goal kick coming up for Saline FC. Now we're in the 20th minute. Once again, you can watch all of these games on the National Soccer Network YouTube channel, along with the YouTube channel with the Michigan State Youth Soccer Association. NSN also provides a national Roku TV channel where you can watch games all over the country at different levels of the soccer pyramid here in the U.S. Free kick coming up for DCFC in this match. About 5 yards inside the midfield. Second time Saline's been whistled for a foul here. We're now in the 20th minute. Ball sent long into the box. Headed it high, bouncing around. Saline trying to clear the ball. Still kind of pinging around on that near side. Slide it down over the end line, so goal kick coming up for Saline FC. Now we're in the 21st minute. 1-1 up in your scoreboard. 2-2 in total shots. 2-1 on shots on goal in favor of Detroit City FC. 1-0 on corner kicks in favor of Saline. Still tied 1-1 up on the scoreboard. Here on the National Soccer Network. Saline trying to get the ball over midfield, turning it over once again. Both teams have turned the ball over quite a few times, unable to sustain possession for long periods here in the U16 Premier Division. Ball kind of bounced around that box. Thomas Guazdala there sliding over to scoop up that loose ball. Number 17, Alexander Presson sends it back in off the goal kick. Saline FC working the ball out near midfield. Saline works it on that far left side. The ball does go out of bounds. But the officiating crew says this will be a corner kick. So second corner kick of the game coming up for Saline FC here in the 22nd minute. In the U16 Premier Division. You're watching the Michigan State Youth Soccer Association on the National Soccer Network. Dan Stickrad, your director of news, glad to be part of a multitude of these 14 games here in Saginaw, Michigan. That corner kick served in the box, bounced it around. The Saline player tried to volley that, unable to get that towards target. But they've retained possession about 30 yards out, trying to work the ball again on this near side. Detroit City picks that off. Sent long back into the middle. There's a Saline player tripped up in his own box, so this will be a free kick coming up for Saline. First foul against DCFC Rouge in this game. We're now in the 23rd minute. Slight delay for substitution coming up for Saline. They're on that far side. Rodala sends in that free kick over midfield. Unable to combine with the teammates. DCFC now sends it back on the near side. Long. Player from each side giving chase. Saline knocks it out of play. So this will be a throw in deep in Saline territory coming up for DCFC Rouge here in the 24th. Will they go with a short throw, and do they have a weapon that can throw the ball distance? Kind of a short throw in. Ball sent in the goal crease area, forcing Thomas Griswalda off his line. Scoops up that loose ball. He'll take his time getting off this punt. It's sent out to midfield. So beyond today's MSYSA State Cup games, 8 in total today, 6 tomorrow. On NSN, you can check out the League for Clubs, Women's Premier Soccer League, USL League 2, USLW, United Women's Soccer. Dozens and dozens of games across our platforms this weekend in over 35 different states. So we have a multitude of talented individuals calling those games from coast to coast, but here in the state of Michigan, center stage, Michigan State Youth Soccer Association, Saginaw, Michigan. DCFC sends it long again towards the box of Saline SC. DCFC able to get an equalizer in the 14th minute on their very first shot. They've picked up the pace here a little bit. We're now in the 26th minute. Back to the array of games. Over 100 games between Friday, Saturday, and Sunday on our network overall in 37 states. But I'm glad to be part of this special presentation of the 2025 Michigan State Youth Soccer Association State Cup Finals. Myself, Jonathan Turner, Noah Drury, and a host of others, glad to be part of this broadcast and all 14 here this weekend. DCFC again working at the ball on that far right side, setting it way too long out of harm's way. Saline will settle for another goal kick. 27th minute now here in the first half. Anyone to join us late? Saline SC, 6th minute. First shot of the game, went up 1-0, 14th minute. Detroit City SC Rouge netted an equalizer. That's where we are up in the scoreboard, where it matters the most. You can look at categories of stats up and down the chart, but what matters most is that scoreboard. And we have seen some doozies here today. All 4 games going into double overtime, with the 4th game, which just finished about 25 minutes ago, reached a shootout in the U17 Premier Division. So hats off to all those teams that reached the state cup finals in their respective divisions and age groups, and hats off to the 4 teams that already claimed one of the 14 2025 MSYSA State Cup trophies. DCFC looking to find a way to create an opportunity to go up 2-1. They netted an equalizer here 13 minutes ago, working the ball on that near side. So we'll throw in deep in SALINE territory coming up now for DCFC. Looking to play that short throw in, getting it into the corner of the box. Now moving it back at the top of the box, trying to find a little bit of space. There's a shot towards the framework, skips off the goalie into the back of the net in the 28th minute. Let's take a look at that replay. So number 16, Dario Duran collecting that pass from number 9, Oliver Laszlo Cooley. Detroit City, 3 shots, 3 on frame, 2 in the back of the net, and they've taken a 2-1 advantage after falling down early 1-0. So you talk about giving up a goal, responding in the right way. DCFC has been a little bit more aggressive here after going down 1-0. Now they have a 2-1 advantage. Here, we're now in the 29th minute. DCFC again on the move on this near side, turning that ball over, played back out to midfield by SALINE. Still plenty of time here in the first half, plenty of time overall for the SALINE to try to find a way to get its equalizer. There's a collision outside on the near side, about 6-7 yards outside the box. This should be a free kick coming up for SALINE FC. We now just crossed into the 30th minute, so great opportunity coming up for the boys in white and black. SALINE FC free kick. It's about 17 yards out, but on the far right side of the box. A perfect opportunity to send that ball into the mixing bowl, try to create a chance to tie this game up. Ryan McKilladuddy, number 12, ready to take this set piece for SALINE FC. Ball served into the box, high to the far side. No player ready to get a touch on that in terms of a header, and DCFC chases it down, clears it out to midfield. 31st minute now. And there's a elbow to the back. Free kick coming up for DCFC Rouge. Third foul against SALINE FC in this match here in the 31st. So it looks like number 25, Oswaldo Hirta, ready to take this set piece coming up for DCFC Rouge. This looks about 40, 45 yards out away from the goal, just a little bit right of center. Sends in towards the framework. Looks like that shot kind of corralled off the top of the crossbar. Walda actually tipped it with his finger before it went off the crossbar. So this should be the first corner kick of the first half coming up for DCFC Rouge. They're up 2-1. 32nd minute now. So the ball getting ready to get served in on that near side. Corner kick number 1 coming up for DCFC. Sent low into the box on the near side. Ball kind of pinging around like a ping pong ball inside the box. There's a shot. Balloon ball well over the crossbar, about 30 yards above the crossbar by DCFC. SALINE FC avoiding danger on that attack by DCFC here in the 33rd. Dan Stickrad on the call here at field number 3. Saginaw Township Soccer Complex is the place. National Soccer Network glad to be producing and calling all 14 games here this weekend. 8 games today, 6 games tomorrow. Over 100 total games on our platform at different levels of soccer across the country. DCFC picking that ball off near midfield, trying to create another chance. Turned over. Both teams kind of changing possession here. Neither team able to sustaining possession for long periods of time as that ball slotted to the top of the box on the right side. There's a shot towards the framework. Mateo Maria Canavari with that shot for DCFC. Thomas Griswalda making the stop for SALINE. Now SALINE works it down the field on that near side, earning that throw in. Neither team really presenting a player that can throw the ball with great distance. Sometimes that's a great weapon to have, be able to throw the ball into the box from a long ways away. SALINE down on that near that corner flag, trying to get the ball back towards the goal framework. Instead, they have earned the corner kick. Number 15, Oliver Hammond, set to take this corner kick. The third of the game now for SALINE FC. They're down 2-1 here in the 35th minute. Try to send this into the goal mouth area. Served high towards the framework. DCFC, a defender getting a header on the ball, clearing the box. Chased down by SALINE. DCFC now has retained possession, knocking down that far right side. Up 2-1 here in the first half, now in the 36th minute. 2-1 in favor of DCFC. Trailed 1-0, 5:05 into the contest. But they have collected 5 total shots, 4 on frame, put 2 in the back of the net, and they lead 2-1 here late in the first half. On the move against, once again, DCFC knocking the ball over towards the center of the park. There's a shot wide taken by number 12, Jacob Holloway of DCFC Rouge. So their 6th overall shot of the game wide of target. This should be a goal kick coming up for Thomas Gwisdala. First, he will concede the goal kick to one of his center backs here in the 37th minute. Saginaw Township Soccerplex very busy here today, May 35th, 2025. There's a shot over the framework by DCFC. They have been a far more dangerous team here in the last 20 minutes or so. 7-2 in total shots, 4-1 with shots on frame. However, SALINE FC has a 3-1 edge on corner kicks, but they trail DCFC Rouge on the scoreboard 2-1. Again, DCFC Rouge 5-0 in the State Cup tournament, 8-0-1 in the regular season. So 13-0-1 in the spring 2025 campaign. They have not tasted defeat. 40-15 overall scoring edge for this team. They have showcased a lot of offensive muscle, up 2-1 in this game. Will they be able to qualify for the Midwest Regional Tournament overlying Kansas in 3 weeks? Will they keep their perfect record intact? There is a header to DCFC players were about 6-7 yards out in front of the framework on that cross. Just unable to put something on frame. That was Jacob Holloway leaping high to put that header just wide right of target. Goal kick for SALINE SC. Trying to get back into this game. They're down 2-1 in the 38th minute. We just crossed into the 39th. So the business end of this first half here at the Saginaw Township Soccer Complex. Dan Stickred welcoming you into this game. Welcome to join all 14 broadcasts. 4 already completed, 2 going on right now. 8 total today, 6 tomorrow. All on fields 3 and field number 6. SALINE SC trying to get the ball. They're near the top of that box. Sent back out. SALINE would love nothing more to get an equalizer here late in the first half. Just finding things very difficult to break down that back line. They scored on the very first shot of the game to go up 1-0 in the 6th minute. But they've only had 2 total shots and 1 on target in this first half. DCFC's defense has been great all season. They've been very good in this game in particular. As that ball goes out of play. 40th minute now. Here in the U16 Premier Division State Cup Final on the National Soccer Network. Referee looking at his watch. DCFC working a ball on that near left side, trying to get across towards the framework. DCFC retained it. They turned the ball over just for a second as DCFC player rifles one towards the framework. Saved by Griswalda. So Noah Hendren taking the goal kick now for SALINE. So he sends it out towards midfield. But the referee has blown his whistle. About 1 minute in the stoppage time at the end of the first half. We'll go into our halftime break in this U16 Premier Division State Cup Final. Detroit City FC Rouge up 2-1 at the break. Don't go anywhere. Half number 2 coming up here in about 10 minutes on the National Soccer Network.
Looks great. Oh.
When termites show up, So do we. Terminix it.
Are you looking to play at the next level? MSN is now offering player recruitment videos. We are excited to partner with you and your family in getting you to the next level. To learn more about our packages and what we offer, head over to the MichiganSoccerNetwork.com. Remember, your journey starts with a click.
Whether you're a beginner coach or a seasoned professional, one thing remains the same: the passion to teach and inspire the next generation of players. Now imagine a place where you could share your coaching knowledge, connect with others, and create a lasting impact. Welcome to the ultimate coaching community, where coaches from all levels can create and share their own courses. Whether you have years of experience or you're just getting started, this is your chance to make your voice heard. Create your own personalized courses, share drills, strategies, and tips, and watch as your knowledge reaches coaches from all corners of the soccer world. With a platform designed for sharing, learning, and growing, you're not just teaching the game, you're creating a community of like-minded coaches, all striving to be the best they can be. Together, we'll elevate the game and support one another to be better, stronger coaches.
The 2025 UDM Boys Summer College Prospect ID Camp is designed for field players and goalkeepers seeking exposure to college coaches, professional training sessions, competitive matches, and insight into the college soccer environment. Directed by the UDM men's soccer staff, this camp is ideal for players serious about advancing their soccer careers. On July 26th and 27th, the camp becomes a perfect platform for aspiring athletes to showcase their talent and commitment. For more information and to register, visit DetroitMercySoccerCamps.com.
The Flint City Bucks are Michigan's top soccer franchise with 4 national championships, 9 conference titles, and 15 Great Lakes Division titles. They have produced 107 players for Major League Soccer, and they focus on attracting top talent and shaping soccer's future. Michigan Bucks Academy joins MLS Next new competition tier starting in September of 2025. This offers elevated levels of play and flexibility for high school participation. The Academy will provide premier development, high-performance training, and exposure to scouts through regional tournaments and MLS Next events. For more information on tryouts, training programs, and key updates as we prepare for our first season in MLS Next new tier, visit MichiganBucksAcademy.com.
Welcome back on the National Soccer Network. Half number 2 in the U16 Boys Premier Division set to get underway here in just a couple minutes on NSN. DCFC in their maroon and gold kits jogging back onto the field with a 2-1 edge here in this game. Mason Kangas of SALINE SC gave his side a 1-0 lead in the 6th minute. Isaias Alcaraz knocked in across from Oswaldo Herta in the 14th to equalize the game at 1 apiece. And then Dario Duran, number 16, finished off across from Oliver Laszlo Cooley in the 28th. That is where we stand here at the kickoff of half number 2, field number 3. Saginaw Township Soccer Complex, west of Saginaw, Michigan, is the site. National Soccer Network producing and calling all 14 games here at this facility this weekend. 8 games today, 6 games tomorrow. This is the 5th of 14 games, getting ready to kick off half number 2. Dan Stickrad, glad to be on the call for this match. The 3rd match of the day here on NSN. We've seen some doozies. All 4 games competed this morning and early afternoon ended with at least double overtime finishes. The 4th game ended in a shootout. Will this game be decided in regulation? Will DCSC be able to hold on to the 2-1 edge? Will SALINE SC be able to net an equalizer and go ahead late? Could this game end up in overtime as well? That seems to be the trend. But right now, Detroit City SC, Rouge up 2-1 over SALINE FC here in the U16 Boys Premier Division. Slight delay here. Start of the second half. Both teams have been out on the pitch waiting here for a couple of minutes. The referee has blown his whistle. Half number 2 is finally on their way here in the National Soccer Network. Detroit City FC 09 Boys Rouge, SALINE FC 09 Boys Black battling out for the 2025 Michigan State Youth Soccer Association U16 Boys Premier Division State Cup Championship. 4 State Cup crowns have been issued today. 4 more will be awarded here this afternoon and 6 more tomorrow. Detroit City FC Rouge wearing those maroon and gold kits. They're going left to right in your screen. Up 2-1. Oh, it's kind of slotted into the middle of the box. Bouncing off players from both teams. Detroit City unable to get a shot off, but they have earned a corner kick. SALINE SC in their white and black kits going right to left on your screen, down 2-1. And it is Detroit City coming out of the box, a little additional burst of energy, earning that corner kick on their first attack of the second half. That corner kick is volleyed high over the crossbar. So first shot of the second half for either team over the framework. Goal kick coming up for SALINE FC in the 42nd minute. These are 2 40-minute halves in this age bracket. Games are either 35, 40, or 45-minute halves. There must be a winner in each game. So depending on the age group, the overtime periods will be either 10 or 15 minutes, as we've already seen 4 times today. And if the game is still tied at the end of a overtime session, penalty kick shootout will be played out to determine the winner. So 4 double overtime games thus far, 1 which reached a shootout. This is game number 5. Third game here on field 3. As SALINE FC trying to get the ball down that far right side. DCFC able to clear over midfield. Now they're looking to counter on their left side of the field. Griswold has to come off his line and kind of slide, clearing that ball. Detroit City got the ball downfield in less than 10 seconds.
Just before the end of halftime, Catherine Lee able to get the assist from O'Reilly, her second, looking to dominate in this State Cup final game. O'Reilly with 2 assists.
Look, Jalen Howard, the goalkeeper for DCFC, sliding up to groom that loose ball. SALINE working on that far right side. They're trying to find a way back into this contest, down 2-1. We're now in the 44th. Throw-in coming up deep in DCFC territory for SALINE. Once again, SALINE playing the ball off, throw-in, intercepted by DCFC. Now they are on the move on that far left side. On the counterattack. There's a shot over the framework. So time and time again, DCFC Rouge, they have forced a ton of turnovers in this game, and when they do so, they move quickly. They get the ball downfield. They have been far more dangerous in this game. They now have a 10-2 overall shots advantage. 5-1 with shots on frame. SALINE does have a 3-2 edge on corner kicks. But Detroit City 09 Boys Rouge up 2-1 now in the 45th minute. SALINE FC will take the goal kick once again. Liam Tracy sends it back into the field of play over midfield. Detroit City FC scoops up the left ball, trying to get the ball down the near side. Now slide it over that far side. That cross was a little bit off a target, so DCFC playing it back towards midfield. Now they're working in on that far left side once again. Rouge has done a great job in this game using both flanks of the field, spreading it, getting a lot of players' touches. Over on field number 6 in the U13 Girls Premier Division, Portage Soccer Club up 3-0 over Nationals in that game. That's the 6th game started here today at the Saginaw Township Soccer Complex. Here on field number 3, Detroit City SC up 2-1, earning the throw in deep in SALINE FC territory. Ball's kind of thrown in towards that corner flag. DCFC trying to find a little bit of space to get across. Ball served in out just outside the top of the box. There's a shot over the crossbar. So third shot of the second half for DCFC. They are continuing to dominate most of this game. 11-2 in total shots. 2-1 up on that scoreboard, 47th minute. You're watching the Michigan State Youth Soccer Association U16 Boys Premier State Cup Final 2025 on the National Soccer Network. Dan Stickrad, glad to be part of this 2-game extravaganza of club soccer with teams all points of the compass across the state of Michigan here today and tomorrow. 14 total games, 28 different teams. SALINE will throw it in from midfield. SALINE works it on that near side. They have not had a lot of possession here in this game. They're down 2-1. SALINE did go up 1-0. 5:05 into the first half. Mason Kang has put SALINE FC up 1-0. Only see Detroit City SC Rouge score in the 14th and 28th minutes. To go up 2-1. Isaias Alcaraz. Dario Duran with the goals for Detroit. Saline will get the throw in their own territory on the near side. 48th minute now, just seconds away from crossing into the 49th. Saline knocking it back to the defender, intercepted by DCFC. They are very quick about closing down those passing lanes, but Saline on the move on that near side. Referee says play on after that collision. Ball at the side of the box, served into the mixing bowl. Saline trying to get something going here in the second half. They have not had a ton of possession, but unable to get a shot off. They did serve that ball in the box. It bounced off a couple of players. DCFC able to clear, knocking the ball out of harm's way. They got the throw-in coming up on that far side. 2-1. Detroit City SC up over Saline FC in this U16 Premier Division State Cup final. Can they hold on? Can they get an insurance tally here in the second half? There's a slot towards the framework deflected by a Saline defender. Saline retains possession now. They're trying to play on that near side. Out towards right at midfield, turning the ball over to DCFC on the move once again. There's a long ball served into the box. The shot over the crossbar. DCFC's Elijah Dean with that opportunity. Fourth shot of the second half for DCFC. None of those shots on frame. But nevertheless, Detroit City SC Rouge, 12-2 now in total shots. Up 2-1 on your scoreboard, upper left-hand corner. The ball put back in the play out towards midfield off the goal kick. Saline sending it down over to the near side. Ball bounces off a player from both teams. DCFC with the throw-in in their own territory. Now in the corner, counter-tick opportunity. DCFC getting the ball in the box. Picked off. There's a shot on the framework. Thomas Rugaldo kind of left off the drive. That shot was right into his lap. Rugaldo, 4 total saves in this game. He's kind of left off the drive as DCFC again gets the ball from coast to coast in about 10 seconds, creating a scoring chance, unable to put it into the back of the net. There's a collision out closer to midfield. This should be a free kick coming up for Saline. 51st minute. We are about ready to cross into the 52nd of this 80-minute affair. Michigan State Youth Soccer Association U16 Boys Premier Division State Cup Final. DCFC up 2-1 over their counterparts from Saline FC. So that free kick is set long into DCFC territory. Only to serve back out towards midfield. Saline unable to get a shot attempt off here since the first 15 minutes of this game. They scored on the very first shot on goal, have not put another shot towards the framework in this match. No shot attempts in the second half as that ball rolls out of bounds. So Saline unsuccessful getting a shot opportunity off that attack here in the 52nd minute. So Jalen Howard set to take this goal kick for DCFC's Rouge. He sends it out right to midfield, ball bouncing around. Saline retains possession, trying to get something going here on the offense of the field. They have been very quiet throughout most of this game. Turning the ball over once again. Now DCSC on that far side on the counterattack. That cross is blocked. This should go out of bounds for a corner kick. Now for Rouge, 53rd minute. DCSC Rouge up 2-1. Third corner kick overall of this match, second of the second half. They will try to serve this back into the mixing bowl once again. Saline clears. Now they mock the ball around long on that far right side. We'll see Howard come off his line to scoop up that bouncing ball near the top of the box. So Saline unable to get anything going in terms of possession. They are now resulting in the long ball. Unsuccessful in that opportunity. Down to about 26 and a half minutes in this game. Detroit City on the move just outside the box. They throw roller through traffic. As Waldo walks over to scoop up that through ball. DCSC unsuccessful getting a shot off in that attack. There's Waldo punting the ball over midfield, so DCSC on the defense. Now Saline is starting to put a little bit more pressure on that back line. DCSC's defense, other than that 5th minute goal, has been very stout in this game. There's a cross through traffic. This should be a corner kick coming up for Saline SC in the 55th minute. They had 3 corner kicks in the first half, so their first of the second half. The ball served in toward that far side, bouncing around. DCSC trying to clear it on that near side. Saline gets it back, working the ball over to that near corner. They are just not finding a ton of real estate in this game. Detroit City FC's defense has been very good in this contest. There's more than one collision, one inside the box, one outside the box. But either way, Saline will get a free kick here in the 56th minute. This is about 20 yards out, almost just slightly left of center. But a great opportunity for Saline. They have unable to generate hardly anything in the run of play other than their first goal of the game on their first shot. Alexander Preston will stand over the ball. Great opportunity to put this on the framework. Test the goalkeeper. Test that defensive wall. See what kind of magic you can create off this set piece here in the 56. So Preston takes the free kick off that wall of DCSC. He chases it down. The ball does go off the sideline on the near side. So that was a perfect opportunity for Saline to get back into this game. Preston kicks it into that wall. DCSC able to clear. Now Saline gets it back into the box on that near side. Trying to get something going. Still down to 23 minutes and change in this game, so plenty of time for Saline to get an equalizer to get back into this game. But in a contest when the opportunities have been few and far in between, you need to find a way to get a great scoring chance to get an equalizer. Unable to do so in this game. Saline SC 1-0 in the 6th minute, only to give up 14th and 28th minute goals to Detroit City SC Rouge, which leads 2-1 here. We just crossed into the 58th minute here in the National Soccer Network. There's a collision out towards midfield. The referee does say play on. Or does he? There was a collision. A player from each team kind of went high for a header. But now a Saline player was knocked down to the grass field. He is back up. Noah Hendren knocked down to the ground. So the referee will probably do a drop ball in this situation here in the 58th minute. So drop ball indeed. DCSC standing by the ball. Saline SC will not challenge. Sportsmanship there. So back into the field of play. DCSC working the ball on that far side at midfield. Up 2-1. 22 minutes left here in the regulation. DCFC up 2-1. Now Rouge back on the move. Throw in on that far side, but deep in Saline SC territory. Looking for an opportunity to go up 2 goals. They're up 2-1. Ball at the top of the box. Players from both teams kind of staring at that loose ball, but Saline finally able to clear it. Now DCSA intercepts that throw in. Sliding on that near side. Bar too long. Chris Walla scoops up that through ball for Saline SC, which is back on the attack over midfield on that near side. Trying to ignite something on the offensive end. They just turned the ball over again. This has been a game of turnovers. Turnover plague for Saline FC. And a breakaway opportunity for DCSC. That is sent towards that left goalpost by Elijah Dean. Thomas Guzwala there to make the stop for Saline. Not a ton of pace on that shot. If there was a lot of pace, that ball would have been into the back of the net. DCSC time and time again has been able to force turnovers and get the ball on the counterattack in a hurry. They're on the move once again on that near side. That ball does go out of the play here in the 61st. Goal kick for Saline SC. Noah Hendren getting ready to take yet another goal kick for Saline. 61st minute now. 19 and a half minutes is all that's left in the second half. Detroit City FC Rouge up 2-1 over Saline FC. Can Rouge hang on? Can they continue to dominate? Will Saline SC find a little magic, find some extra fuel in the tank to get an equalizer? Time is starting to tick down on their dreams. Saline knocking the ball far on that opposite side of the field. Only to see DCSC clear it back into Saline's territory once again. So 62nd minute now, just crossed over. DCSC up 2-1 in this match. 14-2 overall shots in this game. 7-1 with shots on target. Saline does have a 4-3 edge on corner kicks, but they have been unable to get much going here. So throwing coming up just inside midfield for Saline FC, down 2-1. 62nd minute, we are just seconds away from crossing into the 63rd. And we have done so. Here in the U16 Boys Premier Division State Cup Final 2025. Saginaw, Michigan, National Soccer Network. 14 games, 2 days. If you can't get your soccer fill here this weekend in Saginaw, Michigan, Also across the state of Michigan at the Michigan High School Athletic Association girls soccer state tournaments going on. There's several district finals being played today. Most of those districts did finish up on Thursday or Friday night. But in Michigan and as well across the country, lots of amateur and pre-professional soccer being played, with dozens of those games being aired on the National Soccer Network's YouTube and Roku 2 channels, where you can also see these MSYSA State Cup Finals games as well. We got USL League 2, USLW League, United Women's Soccer, Women's Premier Soccer League, the League for Clubs. A couple thousand teams from coast to coast competing in those leagues as DCFC gets the ball into the middle of the box off that cross, bouncing around off players from both teams. SALINE SC able to clear it long, so that was a dangerous opportunity. SALINE down to about 14 minutes. They do not want to go down 2-0. They were able to defend that attack by DCFC Rouge. Now they've earned a throw on that far side in DCFC territory, looking to get the ball into the box. That ball served long. Jalen Howard there to scoop up that cross. Sending it long off the punt over midfield. 64th minute. We are only a few seconds away from the 65th. So 65th minute, 64:05 on your scoreboard. Just under 16 minutes left here in the second half. Gurwala punts it well over midfield, putting every bit of energy in to get the ball down on that final third of the field to see if his midfielders and forwards can make a little magic happen. 64-20 into this game. DCSC earns another throw-in their own half of the field. They will start taking as much time off the clock as possible for throw-ins and restarts, goal kicks, whatever they have. They're up 2-1. Fifth minute, 6-minute goal by SALINE. 14th and 28th minute tallies for DCSC Rouge. 2-1 in their favor up on the scoreboard. 66th minute now. Just crossed over that barrier. 15 minutes is all that's left in this game. But SALINE SC has not had much in terms of run of play, in terms of scoring chances, just 2 shots and 1 on frame. But they have just earned their 5th corner kick of this match. And they need to take this opportunity and make something out of it. Under 15 minutes left. SALINE SC down 2-1. As that ball is sent into the mixing bowl near post. Jalen Howard there leaping high. The ball is bouncing around near that doorstep. Not a ton of pace on that header. Howard there to croom that loose ball. This is his first official save of this game. 67th minute now. 14 minutes is all that's left. All that left separates DCSC Rouge from a potential state cup title. They're up 2-1 here late. There is a foul at midfield as a SALINE player tripped up. Been somewhat of a clean game here thus far. Less than 10 fouls combined between these two sides. There's a long ball into the box. Kind of bouncing off of Howard's hands. Deflected off his hands. Looked like it came off his line. The play, it missed it. It was over toward that near post. SALINE earned a throw-in off of that. So DCSC almost gave up a opportunity to SALINE. You do not want to make a huge mistake like that. If you're a goalkeeper coming off the line, you have to make sure you corral those balls. That cross turned into a shot. I don't think Howard realized that ball was destined for that far corner. Went through his hands, bounced around the box. DCSC able to temporarily clear the ball, but SALINE starting to put a couple extra attackers into the game. They're down 2-1 here in the 68th minute. And there's a foul, a little bit of extracurricular activities and shoves. So DCFC earning the free kick about 15 yards from midfield on their own side of the pitch. 68th minute now. 12 minutes, 15 seconds is all that's left here in the second half on the National Soccer Network. MSYSA U16 Boys Premier State Cup Final. Will Detroit City 09 Boys Roos able to hold on their 2-1 advantage? Or will SALINE FC 09 Boys Black find a way to equalize? Potentially sending this game in overtime. 4 games did so earlier today. 2 games going on right now. Detroit City SC sends that long free kick in the box. SALINE able to clear it over midfield. SALINE starting to put a few more players in their attack, which could leave some holes on that back line. Now DCFC will get a free kick. This is about 40 yards out on that near side, right of center. Number 9, Oliver Laszlo Cooley, set to take this set piece. Try to send this into the box. Create another scoring chance. They are up 2-1. Now in the 70th minute. 10 minutes, 40 seconds is all that's left. The ball sent over to the far side, bouncing around near the top of the box. Players from both teams fighting for that loose ball. There's a shot deflected. The rebound comes back out, but does go off a DCFC player on the near side at the top corner of the box. Goal kick coming up for SALINE FC. Down to just over 10 minutes. SALINE FC trying to find a way to get an opportunity. There have been slim chances in this game for the boys in white and black. Down 2-1. We've now officially crossed into the 71st minute on the National Soccer Network. Four games already decided today have resulted in 1-goal victories. All 4 of those games reached double overtime. Detroit City SC up 2-1 in this game, trying to protect that crucial 1-goal advantage as SALINE sends a long throw into the corner of the box. DCFC trying to clear it. It is out of the box, but in the middle of the park, deflecting off players from both teams. SALINE retains, knocking it back to midfield. There's a through ball off to Steele. I do believe a Detroit City FC player was in an offside position on that through ball, caught napping, not getting back in time. So that counterattack opportunity nullified. SALINE working the ball again on that far right side, just outside the box. Knocking it in the middle of the park once again. 8.5 minutes left, and SALINE FC turns the ball over. So they do have numbers. They are pushing some of the defenders up into the midfield. They are looking to get an opportunity to equalize. 72nd minute. This is an 80-minute game in the U16 Boys Premier Division. This is the final day of the Michigan season. The Michigan State Youth Soccer Association State Cup Finals. Saginaw, Michigan. 14 games, 2 days. National Soccer Network. Glad and honored to be part of all these games here this weekend. Now SALINE gets the ball back, trying to get it over midfield. Turning the ball over once again. Saline gets it back on that far side, setting it over midfield. Looking to get a chance off a counterattack. Ball slotted back in the middle. You can see a little bit of energy now. Saline starting the sprint all out, trying to chase down loose balls. Down 2-1. 7.5 minutes is all that's left. 73rd minute here on the National Soccer Network. Another 2-1 game here late. This is game number 5 of the 8 games being played here in Saginaw, Michigan today. 6 more tomorrow. 28 total teams, 14 games.
All our games have gone into overtime so far. I think this one.
There's a wide variety of other youth games going on in the distant fields. You got the Saginaw Township Soccer Complex. I'd like to thank our production crew at our home studio in Shelby Townsend, Michigan. I'd like to thank our entire camera crew. Out there, it was chilly this morning, 48 degrees and windy. At the 8:30 start time of 2 games then, it is now 60 degrees here on this Saturday afternoon, but still a little bit windy at times. The camera crew doing a great job up in the scaffolding just put up for these tournament games. Detroit City on the counterattack. On that far side, slotted through traffic over the goal crease area. DCFC could not get it forward to get a touch on that ball. It's skipped off of a Saline player, went right about a yard in front of the goal. And out of play, but it will be a corner kick coming up for DCFC in the 75th minute. This is their 4th of the game, 3rd of the second half. You can see they're starting to burn off as many seconds as possible every time there's a throw-in, corner kick, set piece, goal kick. They are trying to protect their 2-1 advantage. That ball sent into the mixing bowl, bouncing around. And this should be a goal kick coming up for Saline FC. 5 minutes, 10 seconds. State Cup final. Does Saline have enough in their tank to get an equalizer? Ball pinging around near midfield. Detroit City's defense has been very good in this game. They gave up, again, a 6th-minute goal, 5:05 into the game to be precise, on the very first shot of the game for either team. And Saline has only had 4 total shots and 3 on goal in this entire contest. They have to throw everything, including the kitchen sink, at DCFC's midfielders and back line to try to get an equalizer. 4 minutes, 20 seconds left, plus stoppage time at the end of this second half. DCFC gets throwing back into play at midfield. 3:00 p.m. Game number 5 into the business end of the second half. Detroit City up 2-1. Can they withstand any late game pressure that Saline can throw at them? Saline works it on that far side. The ball does go over to the end line. And this should be a goal kick coming up. That through ball, just a little bit too much pace on it. Saline giving chase. Unable to crawl that ball and get it crossed into the box. DCFC makes a substitution. 3 minutes, 25 seconds left. 77th minute here in the National Soccer Network. Dan Stickrad, once again, glad to be part of this broadcast here today in Saginaw, Michigan. 4 games going into overtime already. DCFC just minutes away from being victorious in this game unless Saline can find a way to equalize. Now DCFC on the counterattack, breakaway opportunity. Saline defender giving chase and getting the ball knocked out of bounds. Detroit will get that throw in, not too far from the corner flag. About 10 yards in. Now DCFC, ball in the box, slide it towards the middle. There's a shot on the framework. Thomas Roswalda making the diving stop to keep this game 2-1. His 6th save gives his team a chance. 2.5 minutes left. 78th minute. Saline getting the ball down on that near side on the long counter. Throw in. Down to just over 2 minutes. Another throw in. Collision. Looks the referee is pointing towards the corner flag. So corner kick number 6 coming up for Saline. We just crossed into 79th. Just under 2 minutes. Saline running out of time, running out of opportunities. Ball sent high into the box, a little bit too long. Saline knocks it back into the goal mouth area, bouncing around players of both teams. Knocked out, and Saline once again trying to get the ball. They have turned it over near midfield. Here's Wall, the goalkeeper comes off almost to midfield to play that, but there was a foul. Collision. Looks like Saline whistled. There's a yellow card issued to Saline. First one of the game. The referee came all the way over. Threw a yellow card towards that back line of Saline. I couldn't catch what number was issued that, but we are now in the 79th minute, getting ready to cross into the 80th. So 1 minute plus stoppage time is all that's left in this U16 Boys Premier Division State Cup Final. Detroit City FC Rouge up 2-1. Jalen Howard getting ready to take this free kick.
The Nationals trying to make a backdoor comeback. A nice pass set up by Warby up to Blevins.
And Howard will send it long all the way down to the top of the box on that far side. DCFC collects that ball, does have a player take a shot. It goes off a Saline player, which is running over to give Detroit the ball near that corner flag. They're down to like 30 seconds left. Corner kick number 5 for DCFC. They are stalling as much time off the clock as humanly possible. Now the ball served back into the box. Ball bouncing through traffic. No one from either team gets ahead on that ball as it now is sent back into the box once again. Intercepted by DCFC. Shot is blocked, and we just crossed into stoppage time. Referee looking at his watch. Shouldn't be a ton of extra time added onto the second half. 2-1, DCFC over Saline FC. DCFC moving that ball. Slide it back into the goal mouth area. There's a shot towards the framework, saved by Gerswalda. And there is another opportunity into the back of the net. 45 seconds in the stoppage time for DCFC. Let's take a look at that replay. Looked like Dario Duran chasing ball that loose ball on an almost impossible angle. Leans over, turns his body, and fires to the far post. And that is his brace. That should be the dagger into the hearts of the Saline FC faithful. 82nd minute. DCFC now up 3-1. 3 unanswered goals. A flood of shots in this game has resulted in a 3-1 advantage here in the stoppage time. So 4 games already completed here today. Have gone into double overtime. One of those games went into a shootout. But in this game, it's looking more and more like it will be decided in regulation. Saline makes several substitutions here in stoppage time, 2 minutes into extra time. At the end of the second half, this has not been the day of Saline FC. They lost in the U18-19 Premier Division this morning, 2-1 in double overtime to Nationals Macomb. And here today in the U16 Boys Premier Division, they're down 3-1 late in this contest. Saline trying to get the ball downfield once again. Well, Saline works the ball on that near side, trying to find a little bit of real estate to get across in. And there's a foul against Saline. 83rd minute. We are 3 minutes into stoppage time. We're about ready to cross into the 4th minute. Detroit City SC Rouge, 3-1 advantage here late over Saline FC. As Howard sends the ball long on that far side. And the whistle has been blown. 2025 U.S. U16 Boys Premier State Cup Championship belongs to no other than DCFC City 09 Boys Rouge. 3-1 victors over Saline FC. So DCFC went down 1-0, 5:05 into this match on Saline's first shot opportunity. But they have controlled the rest of this game, outshot their opponent, scored 2 goals in the first half, 1 here in the second, and they'll walk off the pitch with a 3-1 victory and a State Cup trophy to hoist here in just a few minutes. So for our entire production and camera crew, Dan Stickerhead here at the National Soccer Network, thanks for joining us for this match. And all the others here today and tomorrow on the National Soccer Network. So with both teams shake hands, we want to thank you once again for joining us, and have a great weekend, everybody. See you back here for 4:30 for the next round of games. You're watching Michigan State Youth Soccer Association State Cup Championships 2025 on the National Soccer Network.